Hi everyone, welcome to Forbes Flash. It's good to be back. Let's talk about the news from this week. You probably heard about the arrest of more than a dozen Saudi princes over the weekend as part of what officials are calling an anti-corruption campaign. This week, we took a look at the resulting drop in wealth for one of those princes, Al-Walid bin Talal Al Saud. His fortune fell $855 million just on Tuesday of this week as the share price of his holding company dropped. Altogether, he's down $2.8 billion since Saturday, meaning his net worth is now an estimated $15.9 billion. That makes him the 83rd richest person on the planet, instead of the 64th. And now, a few of the most important stories you need to know from this past week. This week marked the one-year anniversary since Donald Trump was elected president. So, what do the economic indicators say about our progress in the past year? Since that time, the stock market has boomed, GDP growth has improved, and unemployment is at an almost 17-year low. Job gains are below the average from Obama's last 6 years. To watch moving forward, the biggest questions are tax reform and trade deals. They'll help decide what happens to the economy in years ahead.
And so you're apparently not counting those, which are more than $2 billion.
In another story from Washington, Forbes' Dan Alexander followed up on his story about Wilbur Ross's missing billions, with a blockbuster reveal that the money probably never existed in the first place. The Secretary of Commerce was listed on the Forbes 400 in 2016 with a net worth of $2.9 billion, a number that at the time Ross said was too low. Now, after examining the financial disclosure forms he filed after his nomination to Trump's cabinet, it's been apparent that Ross has been lying about his financials to Forbes since 2004. On a lighter note, we released our list of the highest paid TV hosts earlier this week. At the top is Dr. Phil, who earned $79 million over the past year. He's joined at the top of the list by Ellen DeGeneres and Ryan Seacrest. Turns out the key to making money in the talk show biz is building a highly trusting audience, and those three have excelled at just that. It's the best time of year to be a game-changing young leader. Our brand new list of the Forbes 30 Under 30 list launches next week. Stay tuned on Tuesday, November 14th to see who we named as the top innovators in fields such as music, finance, arts, and more. Follow along with everything using hashtag 30under30 on social media. On the tech side, you can either celebrate or dread the news that our driverless future is finally here. After 8 years of preparation, Waymo has officially begun testing autonomous vehicles on public roads without human safety drivers at the wheel. And that's not all. These robotic chauffeurs will be available to Phoenix area commuters as early as next year. So, that leaves us with just one question. Are you ready to trust a driverless car, called to pick you up with just the push of a button? Next up is Forbes wealth reporter Kate Vinton, talking about what happened to the Snap co-founders' fortunes this week.
So Snap reported its third quarter earnings on Tuesday, and Wall Street was not happy. The stock dropped as much as 20% in after-hours trading, and that meant that Evan Spiegel and Bobby Murphy, who are the co-founders, lost a combined $1 billion from their fortunes. And this isn't the first time this has happened. Every single time that Snap has reported earnings since the company went public in March, Spiegel and Murphy have had a $1 billion drop to their combined fortune following the earnings report. Snap's user growth is continuing to slow, and the company missed on analyst expectations for their revenue and their earnings. It's hard to compete when you have Facebook trying to copy your every move. But you shouldn't feel too sorry for Spiegel and Murphy. After all, they're only 2 of 4 self-made billionaires under the age of 40. At the age of 27, Spiegel is the only billionaire CEO of a publicly traded company who's still in his 20s. And both Spiegel and Murphy are 2 of just 4 self-made billionaires under the age of 30. As of Thursday afternoon, Spiegel and Murphy are both worth $2.8 billion, which is still a lot of money, but down a lot from the $5.4 billion they were worth on the first day that Snap traded publicly.
Thanks for joining us. Tweet your feedback using hashtag Forbes Flash, and we'll see you next week. Tune in every Friday morning, same time, same place.